Say hello, Katu.
It's DragonFeather and all my hair is gone. Woo! I got a pixie cut. I decided to cut all my hair off. And I'm gonna make a video about it. And cause there's lots of reasoning behind me cutting my hair and it's uneven and it's annoying. But yes, so I'm here to make a video on walking you guys through a ritual. I've gotten this requested a lot, but I just didn't really know how to go about it in the most effective way. But I finally came up with one, and I figured I will just walk you through it visually, and it's gonna be like that, and hopefully it works instead of just telling you guys. So, yes, I don't really do rituals in my house. When I do them, I usually go outside. But when I do them in my house, which is probably how most of you guys would be doing it, I do it differently than I do outside. So I'll show you guys the way that I do rituals inside the house. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so before you even start your ritual, or before you even think about going on and doing it and sitting down and going through with it, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to write out your ritual. Because you can't, it's really hard to do it off the top of your head the first time you do it. Trust me, I have written mine down and I have a bunch of examples right here that I can show you. I have my more professional versions, which these are the ritual layouts that my coven does. I keep them because they have valuable information in them. But it's all typed out, and they have the people in our coven who speak, and it says their names and what they say, and basically, this is the way that I would do a ritual if I was at my home by myself. This is the layout that I would do, which is, I'm going to go into that in a second. But some of the ones that I've done on my own, I keep them all just because there's always stuff that you can learn about it, and I usually end up putting them into my Book of Shadows, which is actually working on that. I'm going to end up doing a video on that soon. It's pretty exciting. So here, this is one of my shorter ones, and as you can see, I basically wrote everything down, what I was doing, what I was going to say, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. Same with this one. This is one of the longer ones that I've done. As you guys can see, it is 2 pages instead of just one, and I think this is for belting. Yes, this is a belting ritual. And if you guys want me to share any of these with you, read them to you or describe them to you, leave a comment below and I'll leave links to pictures of them or something like that. And you guys can go check them all out if you are extremely curious. So you're going to want to sit down and write out your ritual. What do you want to accomplish? What do you want to do? What do you want to worship? Who are you worshiping? Asking yourself all these questions. Me, since I practice Draconic Wicca, I would be using the Dragon Guardians and I would be using the Dragon God and Goddess. So that's me. If you're not doing that kind of tradition, if you're doing, say, Dianic Wicca, maybe you're using Isis or Diana because, hey, it's Dianic Wicca. Whoever you're using, or whatever tradition you are practicing. And if you're just doing a pagan ritual, what gods and goddesses are you using? This ritual layout is more of a traditional layout, rather than a made it up on my own. And I think it's more, if I'm not right, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like this is a more pagan ritual than a Wiccan ritual. Just because my coven isn't really Wiccan, it's sort of pagan everything. So hey. But yeah, you're going to want to write out your ritual, and then this is the one I'm going to go off. But before you even start that, you're going to want to collect any kind of items that you're using. So the question would be, what am I using? If you're using anything at all. Sometimes people don't even use anything in the ritual. Some of my best rituals have been done using nothing, and some of my best rituals have been done using quite a bit of things. So it really depends on what you're going for. So some of the things that I use, and I recommend you using if you have them, if not, don't worry about it. Incense. Usually when you clear the room, or you clear the whatever, do your energy clearing, there we go, you use incense, and you use incense to represent air and fire, or the male aspect of it, and you go around the circle 3 times with it. And you can use whatever incense you want. Incense you made, incense you bought, really cheap ass incense, really high quality incense, whatever you want. Another thing to use, which I don't have it with me, but I don't really need to have it with me because everyone knows what it is to have a little dish with salt and water in it. And salt represents the earth and water obviously represents water, and you sprinkle that around the circle 3 times when you cast your circle, per se, yes. And so, speaking of casting the circle, what else you'll need, if you're going to use it, if you're not going to use your finger, is you're going to want a wand. This is one of mine. An athame, this is my athame, or a crystal wand. Some people just use their fingers, so you can use your fingers too. But this is just for directing energy. Again, you don't need it, you can use your fingers. I've casted circles with my fingers. I've also casted circles with really fancy, expensive wands. It really just depends on what floats your boat. And for those of you guys who have one, I highly recommend using a pentacle, because it's paganism. Pentacles are usually popular in this practice. Not sure if you guys knew that. But using a pentacle if you have one is great. It can be a pentacle this size, it can be a pentacle this size, it can be a pentacle bigger than my face or your face, whatever, again, bakes your potato. Next thing is elemental candles. This is my this is my air and water elemental candle. And then these are my earth and fire ones. I keep these ones on my altar all the time, just for the different dragon guardians. I do have some other more hefty ones. They're not on me right now, but yes, use dragon candles. Not dragon candles, what the hell am I talking about? Use elemental candles. There we go. And again, use god and goddess candles. My god and goddess candle holders are not with me right now, but yes, use those too. The gold and silver ones that I have and used to have on my altar, those ones, if you guys know what I'm talking about. The next thing, and probably one of the most important things, if you're not going through a ritual layout, to have your Book of Shadows with you. This is my really lame Book of Shadows that I made before I even officially called myself Wiccan, and I made a font for it. It's pretty cool. I like it a lot, and I have the whole Wiccan read and some spells written in here, but I kind of just keep notes in here, and certain things, before I put them in my new Book of Shadows that's, all really pretty and, nice paper and crap like that. Anyway, so the next part, something else that you might need is, an offering dish. These are 2 that I have an abalone shell, and I have a plate that I made when I was in ceramics. So either or, you can even just use a random plate from your house. You can even use a paper plate. It is all good. Whatever floats your nugget. And usually when you do rituals, you have a cakes and ale ceremony, I'm going to go into that. And you're going to want to have something to hold it. So this is a jar or something. This is just fancy. You can have it in a cup of whatever. It does not matter. It can be plastic cup if you want to play beer pong while you're in the middle of your ritual. That's okay. This is when I make special elixirs or special spell-infused liquids that I use inside my practice. So I kind of like to be fancy. That's just me. And something else you can use if you have them is a cauldron and a chalice. My cauldron and chalice are behind my camera. I'm filming from my altar, so hope my guardians don't mind that. Sorry guys, that's what I'm doing. I'm not disrespecting you, I promise. But anyway, so yeah, those are some things that you can use or that you might need. So now I'm going to walk you guys through it. Again, I'm going to go off of this really quick. The way that they do it first is they call the quarters and they call the guardians or whatever elements. There we go, the elements. Me personally, I like casting my circle first. It's really up to personal preference what you want to do or what you don't want to do. When I cast my circle, I go 3 times around clockwise to cast a circle and counterclockwise to close a circle. But when you go clockwise, you start from the bottom, then you go to the middle, and then you go to the top, and that's how I cast a circle. I did a whole video on casting a circle if you guys are interested. And then they have the, where is it? Okay, so then they have the calling quarters, or calling the elements, or calling the guardians. It goes by many different things. Me personally, I like to call the elements first before the god and the goddess. Some people do it the other way around. but the way that I've always done it is elements first, god and goddess, or god and goddesses last. And if you're working with dragons, then dragons after god and goddess, because when you have a dragon in the circle, you're supposed to hold them as the highest in the circle, higher than gods and goddesses. Oh, so scary. Alright, so anyway. So yes, you call the elements. I don't remember if I have a video on calling the elements. I really don't. If not, that'll be the next video I make, so you guys know what the hell I'm talking about, because it'll be too long if I do it in this video. So yes, call the elements, and after that, you're going to use the salt and the water and the incense, and go around the circle after you call the elements into the circle. The next thing you do is call the god and goddess, or whatever you're practicing, so you can call dragons, you can call your spirit guides in, you can do all that, whatever order is important. Spirit guides go with the hierarchy. It's dragons if you're working with dragons. Dragons, gods and goddesses, spirits, guides, there you go. Except if it's a dragon guardian. Dragon guardians go with the dragons. So yeah. So here they have the invocation of the goddess, the charge of the goddess, and they have the invocation of the god as well. And after that, you're going to do your cakes and ale, which is a ceremony where you bless food, and it is hella like sacrament. If you guys have ever gone to church, don't know what this red blotch is, it really itches. So what you're going to do is you're going to go over to the water or the wine or the juice, depending on your age, and the cakes, whatever you baked, whether it be cookies, cake, bread, it can be whatever the fuck you want. And you're going to go over to the water and you're going to bless it and say, may you never thirst, and drink it. And if you're with other people, then give it to them and they give it to you, and it's nice and you say it to everyone. Same thing goes with the cakes and ale. You go over it, bless it if you have a special blessing for it. If not, you can use a standard one. You don't even have to bless it. You can just say, by the power of the god and goddess, this cake, this meal, or whatever is blessed. And then you say, may you never hunger after that part. And so the ending, when you dismiss everyone, you're going to dismiss the dragons in reverse order, basically. So if you're working with dragons like I do, dismiss the dragons, gods and goddesses, then spirit guides, and all of that stuff. And then the elements. And then you're going to go counterclockwise, starting from above, then the middle, then below, and close your circle. And then usually my coven goes with a, we have this little song that we sing, like a little chant that goes, I don't know if it's in this particular one, but it's, may the circle be open, never unbroken, may the goddess forever live in your heart or something, merry meet, merry part, until we merry meet again. It's kind of cute, we repeat it 3 times, and it's kind of adorable, and I love it a lot, and it's awesome. So yeah, that's, really all I think I can say. You don't have to have an altar again, like an altar that I have, like heavy-duty statues, awesomeness. You can just have a cloth on the floor with little things that represent to everything for you. And if you, again, you aren't allowed to use incense, aren't allowed to use candles, it does not matter. You can get the fake candles that you turn on and they like flicker. Those things actually are really cool, and I have done a ritual with fake candles before, and not bad at all. I am not going to lie, they are pretty cool. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. If I forgot anything, I will make a part 2. Is there anything else? No, I don't think there's anything else. So, besides that, I hope this helped. Any questions or comments, please leave them below and let me know. And what do you guys think of my hair? It's kind of drastic and amazing, and it kind of makes me look like a fairy, not gonna lie. So yeah, tell me guys what you think. I want to hear your guys' opinion, and if I should dye it any colors. I'm kind of interested in maybe dyeing it a color, so what do you guys think? Let me know. But until next time, blessed be, I love you guys, and bye!